IT Expo Miami 2009.
Hi, I'm Eric Lanass, coming to you from IT Expo East in Miami, Florida. And I'm here now with CommuniGate's Vice President of Business Development, John Doyle. Welcome, John.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How you doing?
Doing good to be in Miami.
Good. Glad to be here. Glad you're here with us. So, you were just explaining to me that, one of the things that makes CommuniGate a little different from a lot of the other people that are here at the show is that, you don't sell directly to the end users, to the SMBs or that type of thing. That you work with the carriers and service providers. So, in that regard, what are some of the things that you're seeing that are really hot in the market today?
Well, we will sell software to anybody that wants to buy it. Primarily, our business is selling to operators that host our business, the small companies. The hottest application I've seen in 2008, and I think it'll be still in 2009, is mobility. So a small business that, pick it one, lawyer, doctor, whatever, really wants to have everything in their pocket when they're at home, when they're visiting their sister, when they're moving around. They don't want to have to log into a specific PC, or like our fathers might have had, a desk and a phone and everything was tethered to some physical location. They really want to be mobile and get access to everything, not just phone calls, but shared files, photos. I mean, we're seeing everything going to the mobile side.
So how is CommuniGate bringing that to its customers?
Yeah, good question. Well, a variety of things. Applications, obviously. Mm-hmm. So we have native support for what's called AirSync, or the ActiveSync technology, which is inside of the iPhone, Windows Mobile, Nokia. The list is really long. But we've also developed little applications to help you out with like a briefcase on your phone. So you can get your PowerPoints, you can get your files, or maybe photos, music for consumers when you're out, and store them on a virtual disk somewhere. So that's really interesting for the operator, because when you start to store stuff in their network, you probably are less likely to leave them for the next cheaper network or operator. So.
And what about something else that a lot of people are talking about these days, the software as a service environment? Save
money, software as a service. Get it out of my phone closet. Let somebody else deal with the headaches, which again translates into a value for an operator, because if they can manage that at scale, they can monetize it better when they have thousands of little small businesses inside of that solution. Mm-hmm. So saving money. And they want more too, right? They want less money.
Want more and less money, absolutely. So how do companies, the big vendors like the Cisco's fit into that picture?
Well, obviously, everybody wants to get into this. I mean, so the advertising-based companies like Google, Yahoo, Microsoft want into it. They've already started, like with Google applications. Cisco is looking at getting into not just software, but also hardware and servers. Recently, they've announced that. IBM just bought a hosting company, Outblaze, so they'll be also doing outsourced message hosting. So I think a lot of people are starting to realize that hosting and taking that burden away from the small business is quite attractive. Mm-hmm.
And how are the small businesses reacting to it?
Well, it depends. I think some small businesses don't even have. I mean, think about your dentist. Do they have a PBX and a mail server in their closet? And a lot of them haven't really got into the internet like, let's say, larger enterprises. They don't have their own website. They don't have their own instant messaging platform. They may use AOL or Google or something like that. So I think now that they see they can get their hands on these things, and it's something that they can pay for and not have to manage and worry about, you'll start to see a trend where a lot of businesses will start to open up to these technologies.
Good. Anything exciting that you can talk about that we can expect to see from CommuniGate?
Well, I think you'll see a lot of cool things in our product suite, especially on the mobile side. We're going to make some big announcements next week in Barcelona at 3GSM, so keep a lookout for that. I think you'll see a lot of our applications start to penetrate market verticals, so we're really looking at things like lawyers and doctors and what do they do every day, really specialized apps, so keep a lookout.
So it's a customization thing that a lot of people are talking about these days.
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, you can't just be, what is the saying, be everything for everybody and you end up being nothing for nobody. So we're looking at the inside of, I mean, obviously we're not going to sell UC to a flower shop, maybe, unless it's a big one. But to a lawyer, they have very specific needs around billing and phone calls and tracking that. Same thing with the doctor's office. They have a lot of records they deal with. They want access in their mobile, HIPAA, compliancy. So we're really looking at what does that customer do day in and day out, rather than just saying, here's a PBX, here's a mail server, figure it out on your own. So they're buying it in a different way.
Good. Certainly look forward to seeing those announcements from you guys next week.
Cool.
We've been talking with CommuniGate's John Doyle here at IT Expo in Miami. Thanks for joining us, John.
Thanks for having me.